Jason, I know you've been kind of trying to work your way back. I see you out there getting shots up. And how are you feeling? Do you anticipate that you're getting close to coming back?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. It's just slowly making sure, like each day, it's getting better, and I don't want to have any setbacks, and that's the main thing. Working with Fluker and Jennings and everybody around, like we're just not trying to push it to the point where I'll be out another 2 or 3 weeks, and just it's feeling good. So we'll see.
For Quentin and Paul, a lot of times players make their biggest jump from their freshman to sophomore seasons. I think the same could be said for a coach. I'm wondering what you guys see from Travis Steele this year heading into his second season as head coach as compared to last year. Is he different in any way? Do you notice him being, rougher or tougher on you at practice? Is there anything that you could point to that you see as just a change from last year?
You want me to answer that? It was. I don't think there's really a big change, but he is holding us like a lot more accountable than he has last year. Just to the new standard that we have built in with the new things we got going on with the new players and the new situation. But as far as him changing, he's still the same coach. He'd rather teach you than yell. But if we are messing up, he will get his point across.
For Q and Paul, the experience from last year, going through the 6-game losing streak, the disappointment of not reaching the NCAA tournament, what have the discussions been like between you guys over the off season in terms of just talking about this season, your motivation, and kind of playing with your chip on your shoulder, possibly after what you went through last year?
So, kind of what I just said to Shannon, we took it kind of upon ourselves to hold each other more accountable, not just Coach Steele. Me, Reek, Najee, Paul, we kind of took the leadership roles because we got a bunch of new guys, and we didn't want the same thing to happen this year as it did last year. So one of the big things that's different this year is our chemistry and our gel. That happened almost instantly as soon as we met each other. And then when we went to Spain, it just kind of got easier. All we had was each other. Nobody really spoke a different language anyways. So, it just made it, kind of a bonding trip for us. It's going pretty good right now.
Bryce, what's it been like to kind of join this team? I know we talked earlier about how long it's been since you've actually played a competitive game, being out last year, but how do you find yourself kind of fitting in here, and how do you like it so far?
I'd say I like it a lot. I love the culture here and just how we run things as a whole, from top to bottom, just with Steele and everyone else, as far as player development, just a level of care when it comes to everything. So it's been a good experience.
What's it been like to get to go against Najee and Q and Paul every day in practice and kind of let them try to make you better in a sense?
Right. It's been great because you're going against really talented guys. So in the games, you might not necessarily go against guys of their caliber. So it's been great to having to guard Q, having to guard Paul, having to guard Najee every day in practice, and go at them as well. So it's been great to just prepare me for the season.
For any of you guys, you got the chance over the weekend to play against another team. I was just curious, what were the positives and negatives that you thought came out of that early on?
You want to say?
You got it, Jason.
I'll say some of the positives is defensively, we kind of translated what we learned in practice, what we've been working on every day. Offensively, we could have focused more, done the little things. Maybe playing at 11 a.m. isn't the best because not everybody's awake. But there's sometimes on offense we just went brain dead. But we work on the same stuff all the time in practice, so it probably shouldn't happen in the game.
Q, you brought up Spain, and this question's for anyone, but what was that trip like in terms of you've got a couple new transfers, you've got a talented freshman class, being in another country, what was that bonding experience like? Can you kind of elaborate on that?
Spain was fun. You know, anytime you go 3-0, it's obviously fun. You know, you learn something about the games. Going out there, seeing a different type of culture, different people. But as far as us, playing alongside with Jason and Bryce. Bryce being a real fiery defender, catch and shoot guy. You know, he knows his role. And then Jason, who don't really need the ball, but just always plays hard. He's always around the ball. He's always you can count on him. But getting used to their play styles really helped us in Spain. Just going to somewhere else where nobody can really bother us and just kind of work on the things we've really been working on with no distractions. It really helped us a lot, I feel like.
Quentin, you're a top 10 assist guy in the program. As a point guard, how important is it for you to continue to be that distributor on offense?
Very important, and that helps me, distributing the guys like I said, Bryce, who's a shooter, Paul, who knocks down shots, and then also Jason, who can make the 3 ball as well. It's only going to help me, create for more opportunities for everybody else, and then eventually get in the lane and do my attack finishes.
Quentin and Paul, and since you're attorneys, how would you think this team is going to be different, and especially how do you think this team could be better this year than a year ago?
You want to go? Yeah, you kick it off.
I think this team could be different from last year in the aspect of where we all like each other, we all gel with each other really well, and we all want the best for each other. No matter if that's like we sacrifice a shot to give it up to the next player.
For me, some things, kind of like what Paul was saying, just the sacrifice part. I felt like last year we kind of, from the players' perspective, we kind of like bumped heads among the season. When you lose, you always go through something, and it felt like we was going through it as a player. But like now, it feels like when things get hard or adversity hits, it's like we kind of come closer. We talk amongst each other. We don't really get down. Like things that happened last year don't really happen this year no more. And something that's good about that is like everybody's coachable. Nobody has like a big ego to where like nobody wants to be talked to. So that's always going to help.
Quentin, this team went from not making the tournament to preseason top 20 in the country. That doesn't happen very often. What do you think is the makeup of this team that you guys can kind of get that preseason hype, even though last year didn't have the success you expect?
As far as that, I feel like everybody knows, my 4 years here, it's always been kind of up and down. So, like, the rankings and being unranked, that stuff tends to really not matter. My freshman year, but we did go through another losing streak. We was not ranked at one point, and we was, we almost didn't make it to the tournament, And now that we're ranked, I feel like people just assume that everything's gonna be good. Well, we gotta work for our number. Being ranked top 20 is good, but that's not our ultimate goal. We try and make it to a Final Four and a championship.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Mike migrated away from me. I'll come get him. Before the proceedings up. Excuse me.
Yeah. Hey, Paul, I was curious, just how much does last year weigh on you? Does it weigh on this team? Does it motivate this team to not let that happen again? Because it's not very often a Xavier basketball team doesn't make the tournament.
Well, I feel like it motivates the captains, me, Tyreek, Najee, and Q. Just as a point from, like, we was on the team last year, and we want what's best for this team, and we don't want to go through that in what we went through last year. So we just trying to make the best of what we have, and I think we got the right pieces to go.
Quentin, you've been getting peppered, and you're going to get one more. Responsibilities always come with the position you play, but how much more do you feel it? And what can you do as a senior, this being, the final go-around? You think about that much?
Honestly, nah, not for real. I feel like this year being my senior year, I've been through a lot. Playing at NIT was as far as low as I could go. But that's all motivation now. Everybody that came back. And the new guys, that we got to make the tournament. We got the right guys to make the tournament. And it's just all about, putting it together and everybody getting along and gelling and knowing each other's roles, playing to win.
Quentin, what do you think about this whole new initiative to have everyone all the fans do the kills bark?
Yeah, it's gonna be real fun. It's gonna make the environment really hype, and everybody's gonna be involved, and that's only gonna make us more hype and make us want to guard more. Last year we wasn't very good at defense, whereas now like we're really good, and now that we got the crowd and fans behind us, it's only gonna make us even better. So yeah, I'm gonna tell the fans to bark. You know what I'm saying? That's only gonna make us better.
And Paul, a lot has been made of this 5-man freshman class. What are your impressions so far of how they are starting to fit in and learn the system?
All of the freshmen, they're very intelligent. They do what's asked of them on the defense and the offense, and they just go hard in practice. No questions asked.
What about personality-wise? I mean, is it something where, they're just learning how to be at college, let alone learning how to be a part of a team like this?
Well, I mean, I feel like every freshman goes through just learning how to be in college, learning a new system to be in, and I mean, just really, getting to know, their new teammates. So, yeah.